Keep it
Yeah, thank
pushing.
God for the next fight. Yeah, because I mean,
It's going
like
to
I
give
said,
us, I think, the highlight of the year thus far, and also some big storylines to talk about as far as how we see the rest of each guy's career playing out from here.
this fight was important for each
Super
man.
important.
I
Super
mean,
important. So important.
Dana White came out and said it wasn't a loser leaves town, but the fact that the question was being asked kind of tells you all you need to know
You know what,
about it.
though? After I watched it, it's not. I don't want either guy to leave town. I want both of them back in the ring.
Oh, me too, and I felt that way. A lot of fans felt that way. But what
Well,
I'm
see, I
saying,
was mixed coming in. I really didn't know. I mean, I thought if Tony Ferguson got put away quick and would just looked bad, that I was kind of on that retirement's doorstep phase for him. And now, having said all that, before we break the fight down, I do not think that is the case for him, even after the outcome.
so like broad stroke here, I think we can both agree on this broad stroke statement. Tony Ferguson looked good on Saturday night. He
Looked
fought
really
well.
good.
Fought well.
How'd you score the first round? Well, let me introduce two.
Yeah.
55, obviously, lightweight kings here. Michael Chandler, ranked 5th, minus 320, fighting Tony Ferguson, who's ranked 7th at plus 250. For Tony, this is a big deal because if he wins this fight, he gets a top 3 shot, probably Islam, and then if he can beat Islam, he gets that next shot. So for Tony, this is a you're close to the peak again.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I was high on Tony Ferg, but what I will say is this. When I was planning on building a parlay, I couldn't bring myself to include Chandler at minus 320. Now, if you were to give me Chandler at plus 220,
Yeah.
or minus 220, yeah, I put that in my parlay all day. I like Chandler in this, but not as much as Vegas did, and not as much as like the betting public did. I mean, I guess you could say whenever you just seen a guy get knocked out and choked twice in a row or whatever, it's just like it's hard to be just like super gung ho. Like this guy can dominate this former champion just like guaranteed. Like I didn't understand. Like I feel you, Tony's looked, but I don't know how bad has Tony looked. The answer's bad. But what I'm saying is how bad. Like Charles Oliveira's made everybody look bad in the past goddamn fucking 36 months, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira's fucking made quick work, light work of everybody. So we're gonna hold that against him. And then who else? Beneil Dariush, right? That was the other one. I mean, goddamn. I mean, Beneil Dariush, like a 9-fight win streak. I mean, he's pretty much done that. So everybody he's been lined up against. Now, obviously, Islam will be the big test there. Remains to see if that fight's still going to take place. A lot of questions there. But what I'm saying is, as far as Tony, and then who was the other one? It was Gagey, right? Which he was fighting for the belt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, goddamn, we find ourselves in just a tough spot of like, I mean, there's a realistic scenario where Tony Ferguson's the 4th best guy in the world, but just, I mean, he's
his losses are too.
Stretch.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're thinking about it, his losses are literally to the two guys fighting for the belt on the same night, or scheduled to do that because obviously Oliveira cannot.
1 and 3.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The philosophical argument exists. Now, that's not what I'm arguing, but the philosophical argument that Tony Ferguson is the 4th best lightweight in the world, like it exists and it can't be proven wrong.
Yeah, no, I fully agree, man. Like, So I think the fight makes sense.
Did you agree with the money line, though? I guess is what I'm getting at. Because, like, a lot of people were just like, oh, yeah, this is a lock of the week. Chandler. I mean, we can get to hindsight and all that. But going into it, I mean, how did you feel about that money line?
I mean, I can never say anyone's a lock against Tony Ferguson. And I thought at plus 250, Tony was a way juicier bet here than Chandler at minus 320.
It was too rich. It was too rich
for
my blood.
Right. That's what I mean. And, like, honestly, I could see Tony being a plus 190. I thought plus 250 was big money on him. Like, it made me interested to throw him on a parlay and or take him outright because, honestly, Chandler being a great wrestler and Tony having such great offense off of his back kind of made problems for Michael Chandler, considering that Tony still has a 6-inch reach advantage standing.
Well, my whole thing going into it in my mind's eye was like Chandler gets hit. No, we love Chandler for that, and he's
the most exciting 155 fighter, by the way. I would make that case right now, right here.
But a guy that gets – that's what I'm saying. You're never going to get me to bet minus 320 on a guy who, like, for sure is going to get drilled, which happened. He got drilled.
Yeah. Okay, so diving into it, yeah. Tony rocked him early, had him hurt. Now, shout out to Michael Chandler's athleticism because he hit a massive, like football spear style double leg, got on top, but then started eating some nasty bows.
Yeah, classic Tony Ferguson from the
Now,
back boat.
he was landing some very sick ground and pound to end the round, but honestly, man, when I scored round one to Ferguson.
You and Chael Sonnen did. I
Every
did not.
judge scored it for Ferguson as well.
Really?
Every single one.
I gave it to Chandler, man. That take down the control, the ground and pound. Chandler. Every judge gave it round one to Ferguson. Are you fucking kidding me?
His work from the bottom, man, because even when he got taken down, it wasn't.
The bottom.
But listen, he won by such a big
From
margin.
the bottom.
Yeah, power bottom. But he won by such a wide margin on the feet that for him to lose by a small margin and almost exactly halfway, like I had to give it to Tony. It's a tough argument. It's a tough argument.
Phone is at 10%, so we it's unfortunate, but we got to keep it pushing. But I mean, this fight in Michael Chandler in 17 seconds into the second round, regardless of who wins the first, head kick knockout, like you said, one of the knockouts
Front
of the year
kick.
candidate. I mean, so Michael Chandler's already in the fight of the year candidate. He's already a knockout of the year candidate. I like this guy. I guess it's like in style to like. Michael Chandler or talk shit on Twitter or not be on board or whatever. Hey, man, Michael Chandler, if he's ever on a pay-per-view, he's part of what, like, makes it worth my money. Like, seriously.
He's the most entertaining lightweight in the game right now. I
like,
had said that at the start of this fight, and like I said, I'd make that case. If you look at all his fights in the UFC, Gaethje, Oliveira, Ferguson, the dude only puts out highlights, whether it be against him, for him, a war of a decision, him losing by getting KO'd, him or Hooker as well, him winning by KO, him winning by KO again here with one of the ultimate knockouts of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, dude's a highlight reel.
Fighting only top guys. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and then cuts the best promos in the world. He calls out the winner of Gaethje Oliveira. He calls out McGregor. Oh, and one fantastic promo.
Calls out Conor at 170 or the winner of Gaethje Oliveira.
Yeah, which I honestly think there's claim to because he had absolute 50-50 coin flip wars with both Oliveira and Gaethje. Let's not forget. I know history won't remember it that way, but that's what happened. There was moments in those fights where he could have won. And
Denver should have beat Oliveira. Oliveira just has some sort of magic in his body where he can't get knocked out fully. I don't know. We'll address that coming up, but I don't know what that shit is.
I also think Chandler is about as soft, like I'm talking out both sides of my neck. About as soft a landing as McGregor's going to find. If you're
I agree. It's the best matchup McGregor could get because it's a guy that doesn't like to throw a lot of kicks and loves to throw hands.
McGregor will have the reach. He's down to stand up with McGregor. But at the end of the day, he does have that wrestling advantage over him. I'm not saying I think I still like Chandler if that fight gets made. I know it's early, not giving a lot of thought. It's a knee-jerk reaction. Give me Chandler over McGregor. But at the same time, I will say, because I mean, the only other options is McGregor coming back against Poirier, McGregor coming back against Oliveira. Or I guess you could argue Nate Diaz is a softer landing than Mike Chandler. I think Mike Chandler has more in the tank than Diaz. So if you want to do Diaz,
but Diaz and Hamzat are going to fight.
Allegedly,
that fight's a ruse.
Hey, I'm here for it. No, fuck that.
That fight's terrible.
I know. Hey, this is gonna get me mad. I'm only about 2 hours from Stockton, but hey. Smash, brother! I'm Team Shemaev.
Yeah, you're here for a Hamzat payday. I see what you're here for. I see what you came for.
Oh, give me what I came for, and that's Hamzat smash.